It's a late night episode, but it's going to be an amazing episode. Welcome to the Virtual Wholesaling Podcast for Antoine Campbell. If you have questions, drop your questions. But today we're going to be talking about building a strong buyers list and what's the key to closing deals fast. I see a lot of people struggle with being so overwhelmed with acquisitions that they forget the most essential thing in your business is to actually focus on talking to buyers that's going to potentially buy the contracts you're locking up, and they can give you insight of what they see, what they're expecting in the future, interest rates, the type of deals they want to do, the price points, all of that stuff. So you should be speaking to buyers every single day. And if you're not, you're definitely leaving so much money on the table. Another thing you should be doing is you should be on uh, either Redfin or Zillow, Homes.com. Create your free account and set up search criteria for the areas that you want to monitor and maintain and see what's coming on the market and what's going off the market, what's sold, and then reaching out to these relatives or using your prop string to look and see, the LLC buyers or there's still buyers buying in a personal name, but the majority of the sophisticated buyers, they're usually buying, in through one of their entities. So you got to get good looking up these entities and figuring out who's attached to these entities, and then go from there. Now, if I'm a sophisticated investor, I'm probably using one mailing address. Now, a lot of entities that I have, a lot of the corporate structures or the resident agents, they're not going to be linked back to me. But so you got to get sophisticated and say, let me see all of the entities that's linked to this address by using PropStream's link properties filter and just manually go to that stuff. Yes, it takes work, but I'm telling you, nothing good comes easy. If you go through this stuff, you're going to be the person that's curating great data and really building a strong buyers list. And what I mean by that is if you're focusing on talking to people right now in today's market, you're going to know exactly what people are, what they're spending before you even lock up a deal. So then you can be a little cautious about the deals you're locking up. So instead of locking up deals, assuming buyers going to pay 75% or 70% ARV, they may be buying at 60 to 65% ARV, which means you need to lock it up a lot cheaper so you can make a profit. So that's one of the main things. But if you're going to be building a strong buyers list, Redfin is your friend. PropStream is definitely your friend because you can go look at all the pending inventory and then go over to them and then literally say, hey, I see you just sold a house. Are you open and interested in buying anything else in the next 30 to 60 days? Simple as that. It's not some magic pill that most people try to make it seem like it's that hard. It's just asking a serious question, getting an answer to it, and figuring out where they fit and where they fall. Now, when it comes to closing deals fast, you got to get good deals on the contract, right? And you got to know for a fact, oh, this is a smoking hot deal because I talked to 10 people in the last 2 weeks, and this is exactly what they want versus, I'm going to just lock it up and see if somebody buy it. You should never lock something up if you're not certain or sure that you have somebody in your pool of buyers that may love it or want the deal, right? And the only way to know that is to have relationships with people. So we got to stop hiding behind, I don't want to talk to buyers, I don't want to talk to sellers, and literally roll your sleeves up and get the work done because that's how you're going to make a substantial amount of money. The VAs are okay, using VAs are perfect, but you got to understand where things are trading in your business and in your market. Whether you're working in the Carolinas, you work in Georgia, you work in Florida, you work in Ohio, it doesn't matter. The same rule applies to every single thing. And if you're not understanding exactly where all of your buyers are, and then you're still locking up deals at 75% ARV, you're not going to make a lot of sales. I don't care if you have a investor list. I don't care if you had any type of cutting edge software where you feel like you're going to get buyers. The best buyers are the buyers that's currently selling inventory, that has a lot of cash, and that has no other choice but to buy another deal to keep moving their business forward, right? You want to be working with buyers that do at least 5 to 10 transactions a year minimum, because that means that they are at capacity at any given time to buy at least one deal from you, right? So 5 to 10 transactions equate to about one transaction every month in 2 weeks, right? So if you're doing 3 transactions a month, then one of your buyers, you know for a fact, is going to buy at least one of your deals. So if you can get 10 solid buyers in your area or your market that you know for a fact is doing 5 to 10 transactions a month, then you're going to have a solid, healthy pool of people that's interested in buying your stuff. Now, like I said, you can't just be going out there locking up junk. You have to look at a perspective from the perspective that you're buying this, you're qualifying for a hard money loan, you are putting up the money, you're doing a rehab. So you have to be conservative about the rehab prices, right? And if you don't know like what things should cost, we're going to be bringing out a lot of content. Like rehabbing is my thing. I love rehabbing. Now you can get crushed in rehabbing, but it's my thing. We're going to be bringing out hard money products for you to use. So should we have a few hedge funds too? Hedge funds are pretty okay. You just let me let you know a little secret. See, I'm talking too much. Get on LinkedIn. All of the motion is not on Facebook. Facebook is for people to beat on their chest and praise themselves and get themselves a pat on the back that they're doing a good job in their business. LinkedIn is where the real sugars and hitters are working at. You know what I mean? I got another business that I got popping and working, and I'm in people DMs talking to people that got $300, $400, $500 million businesses, and they're giving me the time of the day. So I'm telling you, LinkedIn is the place. Now, how are you going to use LinkedIn? You're going to use LinkedIn and say, I'm looking for investors or buyers or real estate investors in this area. You're just going to send them a connection, reach out to them, maybe go through their profile and see if they post about their deals and see if they post about their transactions and go from there. But I'm telling you, LinkedIn is the best kept secret. And you won't probably ever hear me talk about it again because that's how good it is. I don't want people to water it down. I just recently learned about wholesaling. When calculating ARV and saying how much a cash buyer could potentially make after rehab, is there a minimum profit that is usually good for a cash buyer? Put it this way. Think of it as yourself. What will make sense for me in my business, right? I would like to make at least 20 to 25% net profit. So you got to go and think like you're actually buying a deal. If the ARV is 200,000 and you could get on a contract for 150 and it needs 50,000 worth of work, do it make sense as a cash buyer to buy that deal? Most likely no. But if the ARV 200,000 and you get on a contract for 75,000 and need 40,000 and there's like 40, 50,000, 60,000 worth of spread left, then that may make sense because he's going to make a 25% return on his money. So you know the minimum most like it depends on the different areas too. Like in California, you got some people who won't touch a deal unless they make $100,000 minimum. Then in Maryland, you got some real estate investors. If they're not going to make $50,000, $40,000 after it's all said and done, they're not going to touch it. Because you guys got to understand, they got capital out there for 3 to 6 months, just being on the sidelines inside these properties, whether it's their down payment money, it's using a credit line, or whatever, that they can't use nowhere else. And they got to make a good return on that money every month. Plus, the cost of their overhead, the cost of their payroll, all the internal employees, maybe they got a secretary. So if you're doing a deal and make $20,000, it took you 6 months, you're literally making what an Uber driver makes. So it's all about the velocity of capital. So to answer your question, when you're talking to buyers, and this is what we teach you guys, when we're talking to buyers on the phone, asking them obvious questions. Address the elephant in the room. You know, what type of spreads do you normally want to make on your deals? Like what would you accept as a good deal? What is a good deal to you? And they will tell you. Don't assume. One of the things I learned so far in my little 35 years of living is never assume what a person may think, say, or do. Always ask and verify. Even if you're right, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So the point to that is have good relationships with cash buyers, have genuine relationships and talk to them, and they will tell you everything you need to know. Now, when it comes to closing deals fast with sellers, you have to provide certainty and you have to provide a solution on top of the offer. Sometimes the solution is, hey, we're going to rent you a U-Haul. We're going to send over 3 guys to help you move because maybe they're elderly, they can't go up and down the steps. Hey, just leave everything behind. We'll take care. Sometimes it's that incentive or that solution to accelerate the closing process. And then you got to figure out what is driving them to one sale, right? And what is the timeline to them needing to sell? And once you figure that out, you can put an offer together with confidence. I see so many people every single day just locking up deals for the heck of it. Locking up deals because stuff in pre-foreclosure, locking up deals thinking they're going to subject to it. Listen, subject to is a very complex strategy. You may get immediate gratification on that because you get a big check at the beginning, but a year later into the deal, when the seller don't want to participate in cooperating with you, it could become a litigation nightmare. And all your profits will fizzle that way. So stick to this stuff. Stick to the fundamentals. Lock up deals. Do $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 assignments. Stack that money up, and then find a bigger play to invest in. Like I said, if you want to build a strong buyers list, it's simple. PropStream, Redfin, Zillow, and just looking through all types of free databases and compile your data organically. When you buy buyers lists from people, that stuff is crunchy, stale, old, and outdated. And you're talking to people who probably bought a house for cash 3 years ago. Some of them people even bought a house, and they probably won a lottery or came across some money, or they got insurance claim settlement. Like that don't necessarily make them a cash buyers. Like I said, a lot of your sophisticated investors are going to be carrying debt on a property. So when you just filter out cash only or people who pay with cash, you're leaving so much money on the table and so many potential people that can buy your deals from you, because the most best investors don't use cash. They actually borrow money from people. And when the people they borrow money from are sophisticated and smart enough to record a lien on the property, which is going to make the property look like it was financing and they didn't pay cash for it. And when you're using these filters on all these platforms, you're leaving a lot of the buyers on the table. Now, when it comes to set expectations with the seller, if you know that your deal is in a rural area, like it's not that many buyers out there, before you lock it up, you should be calling people, having conversations. Hey, man, I got this deal potentially out in blah, blah, blah. Do you guys invest out there? So if you're not doing acquisitions, on your daily briefing or your meetings, whoever's running acquisitions should be sending potential deal alerts out to the team, the dispo team, or whoever's running dispo, and they should be calling up the buyers just saying, hey, I got a potential couple of deals out in the county, a little further ways, but I think this is still your area. Are you buying deals in this zip code at this price point? If so, I would love to be seeing you be the first person I've seen these deals to once we get it fully ratified. So to be great at what we do, you have to be very proactive. You can't be reactive. Reactive is, I'm going to get this deal on contract and I'm going to hope and pray I find a buyer. Proactive is, I'm going to get these deals on a contract because I know 8 different buyers that's buying in this zip code at this price point and this criteria. I know how much work this house needs, and I know it's a good deal for them because they bought 4 or 5 similar properties in the last 8 months, and I feel good about this. Now, you can always go back and retrade and renegotiate, but that's last resort. Don't use that as a crutch because you don't know how to negotiate or you don't know sales. You should always try to honor what you tell them to seller by following through on what you promised them. And that's when comping and understand rehab cost estimations is going to be your friend. Now, when we send deals out to our buyers, we don't tell them how much we think it's going to cost, but we're going to factor that in. So that way, if it's a good deal, they can make sense of that. because their calculations should be right in the ballpark or close enough to us to even make sense to negotiate or offer on it, or just say, you know what, I'm gonna just get this deal because I need more deals to go on. I need my buyers. I need my construction guys busy. I'm gonna buy this deal. So, but if you don't know construction codes, then you're going to be struggling. In fact, we're doing a free training next Tuesday night. If you're serious about getting started, or if you're trying to really take off and you feel like you haven't done all you can to see one deal a month under contract, come to the free training. There's no gimmicks. There's nothing I got to sell you. At the end, there is a little offer, but trust me, you'll know if it makes sense for you, if it's not. But majority of the training is all meat and potatoes, nothing I'm pitching until the end. And you're gonna get a earful of information. And I promise you, if I waste your time, I personally see 1,000 leads just for wasting your time. But it's going to be next Tuesday. We're putting the link out first thing tomorrow morning. So if you're interested, comment the word interested in the comments, and then DM me on Instagram at CEO929. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Before I go, I want to make sure that all of your questions are answered. I got 30 days, the whole month of July is planned out. I got so much content we're about to be putting out and dropping. It's going to be amazing. We're also working on a JV program where we JVing with people. I'm not going to speak too much on it until the landing page is done. But I feel a need that I have to be way more hands-on with clients just because I see the road that they're going. A lot of clients are not disciplined. A lot of clients are not can hold themselves accountable. There has to be somebody there to help them with that. And I like doing that. So I'll probably work with like 3 clients every 2-3 months and go from there. But I think that this video is really going to be helpful, especially a lot of people who never really thought about building a buyers list as they're focusing on acquisitions, because a lot of people just focus on lead generation, get the contract, then worry about disposition. And to me, you got to be doing everything at the same exact time. Imagine if you bought a car and only did one thing at one time, and only went in drive. It don't go in reverse, or the air work, but the engine don't cut on. Like, imagine that you'll be pissed off at that car. So you got to look at your real estate business as a car, and everything has to be clicking on all cylinders for you to get a transaction from A to Z. It's a lot of moving parts, from generating leads to talking to sellers to sending out contracts to negotiating with buyers to getting a buyer's EMD and escrow, all the way down to fighting with the title company about issues to getting paid. So there's probably about 80 steps in between when you first pull a list to getting paid. And everything has to go right in all on 80 steps in order to get paid. And I think that's what a lot of people miscalculate, the fact that nothing in real estate goes according to plan. I think nothing in business goes according to plan. And if you think that, and you under this notion that, hey, I'm just going to crush it and we're going to ride off in the sunset, you got a rude awakening. But yeah, I'm not going to make this too long. We come up on a 20-minute mark. But if you're interested in hiring a virtual assistant, if you're interested even working with me and getting started or getting your business to the next level, or if you just want even training, we have a real estate course called Virtual Wholesaling Accelerator. Reach out to us. Go to CEO929.com. So, some of you guys can text me if you want. You can text us at our texting number. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here you go. You can text us and go from there. So yeah, 202-503-10002, or you can head over to CEO929.com. CEO929.com, and just book a call. Like, I promise you, we won't bite you. Book a call, fill out the information, show up to the call. We figure out what's going on with you and offer you a solution to help you solve your problems. But I definitely want to see all you guys on the training next Tuesday night. I think that's July the 9th. It's going to be a late training because a lot of people work and they get off late, so they get time to get home, cook dinner for the kids, and really put your laptop up and your notepad and get to work. So it's going to be Tuesday night. I think it's going to be like 8 o'clock or 8:45. Let me double check it right now for you guys and tell you exactly when it's going to be. But if you DM me on Instagram, I will send you the link. Yeah, oh, sorry, it's July 9th, which is still Tuesday, and it's going to be at 8:05 p.m. EST. We have a lot of people that's in different time zones, so I always got to make sure I say that time zone that I'm operating on so you could be on point. Phil, what you say about trainers on YouTube? Sorry, I'm kind of got a little distracted. I know I was talking about trainers, but what you mean by trainers on YouTube? The free trainer that we're doing next Tuesday night is going to be a private trainer. It's not going to be on YouTube. So you need to DM me on Instagram for the link and just say, hey, I need the link for next Tuesday's training. And I will send you that link so that way we can get started. And I personally just hired another cold caller. She's supposed to start it today, but I was getting crazy busy. And she's going to be calling, and I'm going to personally be documenting that to show you how to do everything from scratch, how to manage your callers, how to listen to their calls, how to work their schedule, every single thing that you need. I'm going to be putting out on YouTube. And yeah, because a lot of people, they just don't know how to work with cold callers. Even when they hire through us, they still struggle because it's a business. You're running a business. And once you accept the fact that, hey, I'm running a business, even though I'm not making a profit just yet, you're going to do things totally different. You know what I mean? My goal is to help everybody at least make the first 3 deals. If I can get you to your first 3 deals, you have enough liquidity to go to the next level. You know it's a proven concept, and then you're able to really scale and hire in your business like you want to. And 3 deals, probably at $15K each, you're going to have about $45K. When it's all said and done, by the time you take care of yourself, there shouldn't be no reason why you don't have $20,000 to $25,000 sitting in a high yield savings account waiting for your next move. So that's the goal for me. It's very realistic. And the reason why most people don't get to that goal is because 1, they don't follow simple directions by being consistent. 2, they're not disciplined enough to be consistent. 3, they're not focused enough to stay consistent. And 4, they're not humble enough to understand that all of this got to work together. There's 80 steps, and if you miss any one of those steps, you're not going to make money. Simple as that. And that's why I really don't do coaching. It's just a headache. But I do help people, and I do consult, and I do take calls. I do have a program, and we do have offers. But we have trainings and stuff on co929.com too. I just want you guys to get on the website, sign up for the email list so you can start getting all of this value. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I forgot to bring the charger to my laptop, so let me end this in just a second. But I'm going to be back tomorrow. I have so much to share. It'll probably be an early live. Like, I don't know. Do you guys like these late lives or you like the early lives? Put late in the comments if you like late, and if you like early, put early in the comments. Early meaning like, 12 o'clock to like between 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Late meaning between 7 o'clock to like 10 o'clock. I've done lives as late as like 11 o'clock at night. So if you're watching, put this in the comment. Even if you're watching a replay, put it in a comment because your feedback is important to how we structure your content, because we want to make sure we're catering to you guys. So I'll wait for that little bit of comments while I check this really quickly. What was I checking again? Bill said late. Okay. Anybody else? And then what we do is once we're done with the live, we usually text everybody that's on our list and email them, and a lot of people will be able to watch the replays in the morning. So both cool. Okay, great. Yeah, I think I'm gonna mix it up. I'm just gonna mix it up. Maybe 2-3 times a week we go late, then 2-3 times a week we go early, just so that way everybody can get a chance to get on there and watch it. Yeah. I don't know. I thought Oh, I found it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Take your time to make these lives. Yeah, just keep on coming back. Keep on watching. Uh, and I promise you, you'll learn something. You'll get something going on. So we're going to be covering a lot this week. I'm even probably going live on 4th of July. They don't start shooting fireworks about 8 o'clock. So I'll probably catch an early live on 4th of July. But, well, we talked about strong buyers list. Then we're going to be talking about the ultimate guide for driving for dollars. And then I'm going to be talking about negotiated tactics that seal deals, right? Becoming a master negotiator. So yeah, there's a lot of YouTube stuff we're doing this week live. I say turn the notification button on. If you're not already subscribed, fully subscribe, like, and do me a favor and comment on the videos and share the videos out. That'll be greatly appreciated. Like I said, if you need a cold caller, we have cold callers starting at $4 an hour, and plus you pay onboarding fee. If you're ready for that, go to CEO929.com and book a call with us, and we'll take good care of you. If you want to get help, like more intimate settings, and you just need help setting up everything, we have something for you for that. Just go to CEO929.com, book a call, and we'll take good care of you. I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys next Tuesday. Once you DM me on Instagram, I will send you the link to sign up and register. Once you register, you'll get an email automatically letting you know the event start. You click login, it'll take you straight there. And I'm going to be teaching off my slides and stuff. So it's going to be very, very fulfilling information. And I guarantee you will be satisfied. You'll be happy. But I see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be going live every single day for this month of July, and staying consistent. We're helping everybody get to the next level. Plus, the Virtual Wholesaling Podcast, we're going to be interviewing other people on the podcast too. It's going to be an amazing thing. If you're not subscribed to that on Spotify, go to my website, subscribe to that on Spotify and all other platforms, and you're going to be satisfied with even going there and just go back and listen to a lot of old stuff. We covered a lot of stuff from there. If you haven't gotten your first deal, you should be indulging in information to be able to get to the point where you're locking up your first deal. Talk to you guys soon. Appreciate you, and see you tomorrow.